Let's continue. So this header section, so this header tag can be used in HTML5 to include the same thing. Okay, so if you want to develop the website, so your logo will be displayed there. Then what will be the name of that fundamental of web development? This will be shown. Okay, and then again similarly there will be some footer also, so that you can no need of writing the code again and again. Just use this header tag and specify. So that will be your header. You can just include that header in by using this example, that is div id is equal to header. Now what is this header? So I have written the code for this header, that will be the name of this particular header. That's it. So we will see. So once you get the selector concept, no, it is more easy to use. That means what? You are creating your own tags and elements, and you are including them in the program. Is it okay? So that is what the idea here. Next one. So here heading groups. So you can use your H groups. So you have multiple images, multiple text is there. You can go for H groups. Okay, that's done. Then next one, navigation. So whenever you want to, so here one important thing, they have developed this with what some technique. Okay, that is one group is there, WHATWG, that is what web development hypertext application development group is there, working group is there. So they have developed this nav. So this nav means it is a navigation. Okay, so whenever you want to create the multiple that is sliding images, that time you can go for this nav. Nowadays nobody is using this because there is a carousel present in this bootstrap, so it helps you to create the navigations. Okay, so right now for this HTML5 you have this concept. Okay, fine. Nav is there. Just remember this. These are the five tags you need to remember. What are those? Header, footer. Okay, next one you have navigation nav. Then here you have article and section. Okay, and where in the header H group is there. Okay, so article and section. So these are the different tags you are going to use very occasionally, actually it is, but these are the tags available with this HTML5. Is it okay? Fine. So I think this is all about this. One more, you have figure and figure caption. Whenever you want to define any of the figure, okay, already img tag is there, but along with that if you want to use the figure tag, you can use the figure, then give that particular figure path, and then close this figure. Okay, so this will be the example for these are some extra tags, HTML5 tags they have used. Okay, then figure caption, if you want to name a figure, you can give here figure caption. Okay, for example, in one of the website there can be n number of figures will be there, so you want to identify each and every figure. So what you are going to do, you can use here figure caption tag. Okay, so these are different tags are there, and this supporting for HTML5. Okay, so probably this will not work with our browsers, but still these are some extra tags we have. See here, figure, img, even though they are using img tag, but figure is what one of the tag, then you just call this figure tag by using selectors, then this particular image will be set at wherever you want. Okay, what is that? Img central park dot jpg alternate central park. Then you have figure caption, then conservatory found on central park. Okay, so this is the figure caption. So see here, you can see the figure. I will just zoom it. One image is there. Okay, one figure, and it has the caption, that is conservatory pond in central park. Is it fine, guys? So this is what the figure and figure caption you have. Okay, similarly aside is there. So whenever you want to make some alignment at the this one, that time you can use here aside. Okay, so this is similar to your figure caption, and this can be used for uh, aligning the figure. For example, now this time your figure will be having at here, you want to make it at the left side, so aside align equal to left, right, whatever you can use, so that will be performed even for this figure caption. Okay, so figure caption can be at the center or at the right justified or left justified, whatever you want, you can do this by using this aside. Okay, so these are some tags, extra HTML5 tags given here, and this completes our chapter number 1. Okay, so this is very simple, guys. So let us see the syllabus, and we will come to know what exactly we have studied. So introduction of HTML we have studied. What is HTML, where it came from? This is what the uh, theoretical part, that is the defense, American defense. They have developed this. All the things are there. Then HTML syntax we have seen. What is attribute, and then what is tag. Then what is the property and uh, element. All the things. Okay, then we have semantic markup we have seen, then structure of HTML document, then some of the tags we have seen, li, ol, okay, all those, then HTML5 semantic structure. So this is all about the first chapter. Okay, so I will just share this textbook with you, not on WhatsApp because it's 105 MB, cannot be shared, but in other way I can just share this is just, and I will upload to Drive, you can download it. Then next one, the introduction to CSS. So we will start this. Introduction to CSS. Now what is CSS? Already we have discussed this. Now once we have created the web page using HTML, we can modify it, we can decorate it. That is called as CSS, cascaded style sheets. Okay, so which can be used for developing the designing the web pages. Okay, for example, now you see this example. So this is what unordered HTML list. I want to make some modification here. So what I will do is I will just include here one extra tag, that is marquee. Okay, so this is one of the tag. Just wait. Sorry. So let's continue. So this is marquee, and I will close this marquee here. Okay, so what will happen? Just see this. So just go to here and refresh here. So this an unordered list will be moving from left to right. Is it okay? Can you see this? So you can adjust its speed also. Scroll left, scroll right. Okay, many properties will be there. You can go for this. Is it okay? So this is what the output you got. Okay, this is the example of marquee tag. So this is we are performing using CSS. Got this idea, guys? You can make decoration. Even changing the background color is also one of the CSS. So many codes are available there. So you can go for this background within this body. I will use it BG color equal to, I will use here yellow. Okay, so I will just refresh here. So this is done. Okay, so I am decorating my web page as per my requirements. That is what the idea here. Next one. Okay, so this is done. Then first of all, what is CSS? So it is something which you can just understand this. In order to decorate the web page, we are calling this, we are designing the web pages. That scripting is called as CSS. Okay, cascading style sheets. So what the definition is given? Formatting or presentation of a document. Okay, you are performing some presentation of the documents. That is called as CSS. Okay, Next, what are the benefits of CSS? First of all, so first here, improved control over formatting. Now what this means? Okay, so I have this web page. I want to change this particular part. I want to decorate it. Okay, so what I will do is here, I want to change this its font as F6. Okay, so I will make here, yes, F6. Means what? I have complete control over this. What are the things I can change, which I don't want to change? Okay, so that complete control that I have, this is one of the uh, benefit. Second one, improved site maintainability, very important. You need not to go for website and make the changes. You just do the changes from this CSS file. Okay, now the color which you want, for every page there will be CSS we are writing. So these are all benefits whenever you use external CSS. Is it fine? So that's what you are going for, improved site maintainability. Your site will be controlled using the CSS external file. Next one, improved accessibility. Okay, everybody can access this, and even you can see the code for this. I have shown already. View page source, you can see here, mark what tag you have used. So access will be there. Nobody can modify your code, but they can learn by seeing your code. That is what the example use of this. Okay, and next one, improved page download speed. Okay, as of now your page will be very lightweight. Okay, for example, if in your HTML page there are only say some 5 to some 15 line codes are there, so rest of the code will be present in one of the CSS file. So that CSS file will be in other file. So what CSS file will be having again 15 lines. So that 15 and this 15, total it will be 30 lines of code. Whenever you want to download, that time only this particular HTML code will be downloaded, not that CSS. Okay, so by making use of this linking of the CSS files, so downloading speed will be more. Okay, that is what one of the another advantage. Next one, you have improved output flexibility. So how you want the flexible output, you can make it by making use of the CSS, and it is called as responsive design. This concept is very important because some of the sites are developed on PCs. Okay, for example, you take our college website itself. So we'll open here VSM. Okay, now this website is designed for the web. Now I want to use this website on mobile. So what I can do is I will use here responsive design. Okay, so I will just right click here. Yes, view page source. Then not page source. Inspect elements I can go for, and then I can see there are some browsers, different browsers are there. Okay, so layout, which I can see this output on different see here on mobile. This can be shown like this. Okay, can you see here? This is a mobile view, guys. Okay, responsive. So there are different devices given. Moto G4 is given, Apple Pixel, iPad. Okay, so many are given here. Galaxy G5. So on Galaxy mobile, it will be looking like this. Our college website. This is called as responsive design. Is it okay, guys? I think it is okay. Okay, fine. So we'll go. So these are the benefits of CSS. Please, I will recall once again. Improved control over formatting, then improved site maintainability, improved accessibility, improved page download speed, and improved output flexibility. These are the 5 important benefits of CSS. Okay, and when these are implemented, when you use the CSS as external label. Okay, now what are the labels are CSS versions are there. Okay, so first of all CSS 1 was there, which was not that much, it was just beta version. Okay, next they have developed the level 1, level 2, and nowadays you are using CSS 3. Nowadays whatever you are using, so which has different frameworks like Bootstrap, then Laravel. Many frameworks will be available for your CSS. Okay, then next one you have the concept of browser adoption. Now what are the browsers supported by the CSS? Obviously, no, see, this output is very good when I am using here Google Chrome. Okay, so Google Chrome is latest one, it is the latest one, that's why I can see the outputs. But what about the Internet Explorer? If I use your Internet Explorer, such uh, such things or such options will not be there for your browser. It's a ancient one, Internet Explorer. Nowadays, nobody is using. Maximum people are using either Google Chrome, Opera, or anything something like your Mozilla Firefox and all. Okay, so this is what about the browser adoption. So different Netscape, and you have they have given different browsers. What are the browsers supporting the CSS 1.2 that theory he has given here? Okay, so Netscape is there. Then you have Opera. Many browsers will be there. Okay, so it's a very small paragraph which gives you the idea of CSS. Okay. Next, very important, CSS syntax. So guys, already you have seen the HTML syntax there. If there is some there is a similarity between CSS and HTML. If you understood the syntax, it is very easy to uh, create the programs on CSS also. Okay, so here a select CSS document consists of one or more style rules. Okay, now whatever the syntax we are writing there, they are called as style rules. Please remember this, style rule means in which rule we are using this. Okay, so the concept of selectors will come. Okay, so different, there are 6 types of selectors are there. Which type it will be supporting? Okay, for example, one person has different roles. Okay, when you will be in college, you will be a student. When you will be in home, that time you will be a son or a daughter. Or when we go for the elections, that time you will be citizen of the India. Person will be same, but his rules or his style will be different, his roles will be different. Same way you can write anything in this particular format. So what is the syntax says? Selector. Now this selector means nothing different, it is just HTML tag. See guys, there is a lot of similarity between there is a huge bonding of HTML CSS is there. Okay, so here selector means you have to use any one of the HTML element or tag, HTML tag you have to use. Then after that you have to open this flower brace. Within the two curly braces you have to define properties. Now this property and your HTML property both are same. There you were calling attribute or property, here also you are calling property or attribute, both are same, but in the syntax they have mentioned property and then value. There you were using equal to symbol, here you have to use the colon symbol. Okay, I will just zoom it once again for clear understanding purpose. Okay, selector, property, value, and you can give many properties in a single line. Okay, so here it's property 1 and its value 1. In order to separate two properties, we have to give here one semicolon. Okay, or you can make the note as the value will end with semicolon. Is it okay? So again I can define property 2, value 2 and its colon. Okay, for example, you take h1 as a selector which has font size 12 points, font color say blue. That is what the two properties I can give for one particular HTML tag. Is it okay guys? So understood, this is called as rule. Okay, yes, so this is the syntax. So you can just mark this, this is your HTML syntax. Next one, the selector. Now what are the things we are writing, that is what selector. Selector means what? Simply you can remember these are HTML tags, nothing else. Always these selectors will be HTML tags. Yes, then here you have the color and its value is red, and the property and value are separated using colon. Okay, colon, and the values will be ended with this semicolon. Okay, and all these things will be, this is called a style rule, this will be put into the curly braces. Is it fine guys? Then one for this paragraph P, margin is 5 pixels, top 0 sorry top 5, it is just like clockwise. We will see this in detail everything. margin, how the margin will be given. Now what is margin, that also we will study in the document object model. Okay, so 5 from the top, 0 from the right. Guys, this is what clockwise. So top, then after that right, then 10 pixels from the bottom, and 0 from the left. Is it okay? So these are the 4 values for this margin. Then font weight is bold, font family is Arial, Helvetica, Sans Serif. These are the font names. Okay, by default you are using some Times New Roman, no? Default, that is a standardized one. So here there are Arial, Helvetica is there, Sans Serif is there, then you have Book Antigua, many font families will be there. Okay, so this is what I am going to so I will just choose here, copy. So this we will discuss in the, okay, let it be, we will complete this selectors. So we will apply this. We can define this in the head section, not in the HTML body. Okay, I have started directly body. I have to specify the head and all. So we will see in the next example itself. So just we will discuss this. Selectors. So we have, there are 6 types of selectors that we will see one by one. I think it needs 1 or 2 classes to complete this selectors. Then properties. So there are different, yes, we will discuss the properties here. So there are different properties are available. Now let us see what are those. For the font property, see guys, we have done, and these are the property values. So fonts, font family, font size, font style, font weight, and font face. These are the properties you can use. Now these fonts are with respect to the what, text, no, text. So wherever the tags which are related to the text are there, you can use this. For example, h1 tag, yes, we have used, no, h1. So this h1 tag will be having this marquee tag, sorry, h6 tag. So this is with related to the text. So I can write the font size of this. Okay, font family of this, you can go on writing this. Next one, you have text, letter spacing, line height, line align, left, right. See, these are the properties. Okay, for these properties there will be different values. I think the values also he has listed below. We will see one by one. Then text decoration, whether you want to decorate or not. Then text indent, okay, that is what, fine. Then color and background. So you can see here color spelling is COLOR, not color COLOUR. Okay, so color and background. So background color, background image, background position, then background repeat, then normal color. So these are the different properties. And for the borders, very important, whenever you want to create multiple divisions in the same page, that time borders plays a important role. So border color, border width, border style, border top, then border top color, border top width, and etc. Okay, so these are, then comes to the spacing, padding, padding bottom, padding left, padding right, and padding top. Okay, this is what the clockwise. See, bottom, left, then right, top. Okay, so you can specify in normal default values also. So he has not defined in the default values. Then you have margin, margin bottom, left, right, and top. Then similarly for the sizing of the text, height, maximum width, then minimum height, minimum width, and then normal width. Okay, then layout, which you want, bottom, left, right, top. Then you have display. So these will be coming in this advanced CSS. We will be studying this. Okay, then the visibility is true or false, whether you want to show this or not. And position is absolute, relative. These are in detail we are studying in the module number 2, advanced CSS. Okay, and the list style image, list style type. Okay, so if we go on doing this every single entity, then it will take 1 week complete. Okay, to complete this 1 week it will take. So just you try only. Okay, in the W3 schools. Okay, and here you have values for every property. There will be some values. Now what are the values? So let us see. Here name is given either by giving the name of that particular this one name. For example, here color is red, then hot pink. So this is used in CSS3 only. I told sky blue. These are what CSS3 only will be supporting. Otherwise, only red, black, blue, green. Only those special 12 colors will be used. Means by making use of the you can call directly those values as in their names. Okay, their names as a value. Sorry, their names as a values. Then RGB you can give in RGB format. You know this. These are the three color names. So RGB 25500. Okay, this is what then RGB 255. So you can specify in this particular function. So R is 255%. So it is from 0 to 255, and then B green will be 105 and B will be 180. These are the values. So if you combine all these colors in this particular values, so whatever the resulting color, that will be written from this color function, RGB function. Okay, then by making use of hexadecimal also you can specify. So here color hash, when you use hexadecimal, hash will be followed. Then FF0000. So this is what R is, FF means what, maximum value, no, and then 00 means minimum value for green, 00 value for blue, RGB. Now, so again, whatever the combination of these three colors will be created, so that color will be written by this color method. Then RGB with alpha color, you can go for the alpha, means very slight. We are working with 1, 2, 3 and so on. If you want to view 0 0.1, 1.5, 2.5, 1.7, you can go for this RGBA. Okay. Then HSL. So this is nothing but your U level saturation. So you can dim it. You can make it in percentage. You can perform this 0%, 100%, 100%, or HSL 30, 330. So this is also from 0 to 255. Okay. 0 to 255. If you percentage, you can give your percentage, or the values you can give here. Is it okay, guys? So this is what the defining the properties and the values. And one more for the text, you can use it pixels, px, em, that is one relative measurement, then the percentage. Okay, for example, if you want to create one text box, that the text box will be 10% of the complete window that can be created. Then you have x, ex, this is also relative, that is x height. Then ch for giving some non-zero numbers, characters. Then rem, which is for same like your em, used in CSS3 only. Then view, horizontal and view, width and height. Okay, viewport height and viewport width. This is used for the mobile related applications. Then inch, centimeter, millimeters, points and PC. That's pika, very smallest part. Okay, so these are the values present here, and I think this is all about the properties and values. Okay, so we stop, guys. I will take the attendance. Please wait. All of you getting or not? Getting or not? Okay, at least 50% you are getting or not? Tell me. Okay, fine. Okay, so we'll be recording this.